Okay, we're back to the Chapter 1 review examples. And in problems 7 through 10, problems 7 and 8, we're going to be plugging in the values -3 and 6 for x and y. So -3 will replace the x, and the y will be replaced with 6. So we start out with a y here, and you can see I put a 6 in. And where the x used to be, I put a -3 in. The next thing we're going to do here is the order of operations, and exponents happen before the other stuff that's on this line. So we're going to take -3 times -3 to get 9. Then we sweep through and pick up this multiplication, which gives -30. And then we do the subtraction before the addition. And that's because in this case the subtraction is on the left-hand side. And we get a final answer of 3. Okay, I'm going to show you the next problem. And what I've chosen to do on this is, first of all, simplify the expression before I plug in. You can see down here, you can see down here I plugged in the x and y values. I finally did that. But first of all, you're going to distribute. You get -10 plus 2x. And then here 12x plus 9y. So we take care of the distributing. On the next stage, we're going to collect our like terms, and the only ones we can combine are those 2x and 12x. That's where this 14x comes from. Next, I'm going to plug in the x value of -3. You can see I did that there and on the bottom. And then the y value, we're plugging in 6. So where it says y there and y there, you're going to put a 6. And the rest is computational. Make sure you do multiplying before adding and subtracting. So 14 times -3 gives us -42. 9 times 6, 54. And then minus 10. When you put all those together, you get 2 for the numerator. Then on the bottom, you do the multiplying first. So -3 times 6 is -18, plus 3 is -15, and your answer is -2/15. Okay, when we move over to example 9, we're just supposed to simplify. You start inside the grouping symbols, in this case absolute value bars. So all this stuff inside there, all of the stuff inside there has to be done before you do anything else. And inside there, you're going to do the multiplying first. So 12, and then you subtract 5 to get 7, and then you take the absolute value of that 7 to get +7. And finally, you do the subtraction that was on the outside. 12 minus 7 is 5. So a lot of this is just knowing the order of operations. You do parentheses and grouping first. Exponents next, multiply and divide after that, and add and subtract at the end. Okay, so what we have here is a subtraction inside the parentheses that gives -12. Then you take the absolute value of that -12, and it gives +12. And the way to handle a whole number like 12 times a fraction is to divide first if you can. 12 divided by 6 is 2. 2 times -5 is -10. Okay, so just our order of operations there. And that takes us from problem 7 all the way through problem 10, and we'll continue in the next video.